Hi guys, it's Mrs. Deagle again. Today we're going to go over our last few skills on the Word 2016. So we're going to start with the review tab. If you want to get to your notes on the review tab, we're going to start with comments. So you can add a comment. We're going to put right at the end of the review tab. We're going to click there and you can add a comment. You click new comment and the little text bar will drop up here and you can write something like you got this, and type in your comment, and that will stay there for someone to see. We can unclick show comments and it won't show, but you'll have this little kind of little box here hovering that'll let you know there's a comment there. So if we put another comment, let's put a second comment down here by picture formatting, at the end of picture formatting. I don't know, let's say love this with an exclamation point. If we undo the show, we can show the comments on the right when we click that, or we can go to next comment. So you got this, if we click the next, you can go to the next comment, love this. And so you can see where the comments are, the pink pops up to show where your comments are. So that's important to be able to add a comment, display the comments. When you show comments, you can show from multiple users. These are both from me and by me, but sometimes you can show all the users or multiple users. So if there's more than one, you can show that. So where it says show markup for comments here, you can click there. You can go down specific people. You can click from everybody or only from one person. So when you want to show it, you would click show markup here in the middle, drag down, and then you can pick which people. In this case, there's only probably just yourself listed. Restrict users from editing part of the document. You may remember that I showed you this was on the File tab. When you talked about File Protect Document, there was a restrict editing. This is also in the Review tab. Over on the far right, you can restrict editing. When you click on this, it will let you format restrictions. You click here if you want to format restrictions. If you don't want certain people to, I'm going to turn off the comments, sorry. If you don't want certain people, you can actually do only certain types of comments if you just want tracked changes. And then if you want to start enforcing it, you can start enforcing it with a password. So that's where you can restrict editing. All right. We're going to quickly go through View tab. You guys have seen this before. We've been doing this, the View document side by side, where you click New Window, then you come back and you say View side by side, and then you can see two items side by side. So we've looked at that before. And I'm going to X out of this one. And the other thing that we've done on the View tab is you can split a document. If you click the split window, now you can see the document, the top part and the bottom part. They'll split the document top to bottom, which can be nice so that you can be, especially if you have a long document, you can be looking at the front and then repeating something at the bottom. So to get rid of that remove, you just click remove split. You go back and click on there. So other things that you might see on the View tab is showing the rulers or taking the rulers off, showing your grid lines. They're not going to show up, they show up very faintly behind our background, or the navigation pane, which is over here on the left-hand side. So yeah, that's the View tab. Okay, picture formatting. So for picture formatting, I'm going to have you insert that Baron Collier Paul again. It should be in your Microsoft folder on the T drive. So we're going to go ahead and add in this. And I'm going to just resize it just a little bit smaller so I can get back to my picture formatting. If you remember, I don't think you could actually see what I was showing you on this one, but this right box here is your layout options. If you click on that little, I call it the rainbow, click on the rainbow, you can have different layout options. I'm going to click tight, and you'll see it'll move, it'll stay real close and tight to the text, but it'll displace the text. So I'm going to move it to the right of the text, but still keep it on tight. Okay. You can rotate the clip art. You probably know you can use this little button at the top to rotate your clip art. You can spin it all around. You can also rotate your clip art. Once you click on the picture, you're going to have a picture tool pop up. And there's a rotate button here. You can rotate it right 90 degrees all the way around. I don't know where he went. Where did my guy go? There he is. You can flip it vertical or horizontal. So that's one. If you go down to more rotation options, it'll let you rotate it to a specific degree. So like 100-degree rotation, and you can put that there. You may also see when you go to more rotation object options, there's a height where you can scale the height here if you want it 48% for each other, or if you look up here on the far right of the ribbon, this is where you can actually create how big or small your picture is. So right now it says 1.75 by 206. If I make it 2, it'll go a little bit bigger to 2 by 235. Okay. The other thing you can do there on size, if you see here it says lock aspect ratio, that means the height and width will always stay in proportion to they are now. If you don't want that, you can uncheck that, and then I can make the height 5 and keep the width 2.35, and it'll get kind of crazy big. So you don't need to do that. I'm going to back arrow and get it back to the way it was. So, and I'm going to flip them back up right, and I apparently had flipped horizontal because it's backwards, so I'm going to go ahead and flip horizontal again and get the Bear and Collier paw facing correctly. Text wrapping, I think we did this already. I think that's what I meant with the text wrapping over here, using the different buttons with text wrapping. And then the horizontal and vertical positioning towards the margin. If you right click on your picture, you're going to see the ability to wrap text here. You'll see the size and position, which is what we were just looking at, where you can change the rotation and size. It also allows you to do absolute height and width. Hopefully they won't ask you about that. And finally, if you come all the way down to the end, when you right click to format a picture, you'll get all these other options over here where you can format it with reflections and glow. The one thing that you might want to see is they have a little box here called alternate text, where you can list the title and a description about the text. So we're going to put BC Cougar paw, and you could just put BCHS logo or something like that, BCHS logo. So you may see this again. Okay, I'm going to X out of that. Okay, text boxes and text shapes. I think we did, I'm not sure if I had you insert a text box. I think you guys hopefully know how to do this. If we insert a text box, same thing on the text box, you can get the little rainbow on the right-hand side. I'm going to put it in front of, I pretty much always use this bottom right, which says in front of text. That allows me to move it, that picture or that text box, wherever I want, and it doesn't displace or move anything else. So I like that. When you have a text box, you're going to see you get a new tool up here called Drawing Tools. So if you wanted to put a color in there, let's say we're going to make it yellow, I would just come to Shape Fill and I'd fill it yellow. I like this a lot because what I usually do is I come to Shape Fill and I go No Fill, and then I can put some text over top of a picture. And I'll oftentimes also come up to Shape Fill and go, Shape Outline and go No Outline. And suddenly you have text that you can put in front of a picture, and it doesn't affect the reader, or you don't need it. It looks cleaner. We'll do that a lot on PowerPoint. So I'm going to go back to a yellow fill. I'm not going to outline it. We'll just leave it with the yellow fill. Okay, move text into a shape. What I want to do for this one is I want to have you create a smart art. So we're going to go ahead and insert a smart art. This is on the Insert tab. And we're going to click Smart Art. Actually, before I do that, I need to click off of my text box. I don't want the Smart Art to go in my text box. So insert a Smart Art, and we're going to come down here. They're listed by different categories: lists, processes, cycles, hierarchy. You'll see different processes. Usually, if they have you put in a Smart Art, they'll use one of these terms, which will help you narrow the choices. So we're going to go to the process one. And so as you hover over there, that's basic process, accent process, continuous arrow process. We're going to go to this circle process, the 3 circles. We're going to click OK. It's quite large, so I'm going to resize it. See if I can slide down here. Where did my thing go? Here it is. I'm going to click on the Shift key so it keeps it proportional, and I'm going to resize it and try to get it back on that same page. I made it too small now. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. It also has the arrow, the little rainbow, excuse me, so I'm going to go in front of text again so it's not displacing my text. And so we are going to be putting text into this shape, into this Smart Art. Now it's giving you a little clue because when it opened up, you're seeing this text box over here. A lot of times though on the test they won't have that. You'll see a Smart Art like this and you're not sure how to put the text in. You can just click on these text boxes and type, or if you click on the little white box there, I believe it's got like a little arrow in it, it'll open up the text boxes. So we're going to write in here test next Thursday, oops, capital T, Thursday, with an exclamation point. So you're going to see, you'll see how that looks, and the text goes into those shapes. Now, what if I wanted to say, instead of saying test next Thursday, I want to say next Thursday test. So we're going to move this, and we're going to move the order of that text. It's a little tricky. I could retype the whole thing, but I'm going to show you a little quicker way to do it. If you're clicked on your Smart Art, you're going to see now we have Smart Art tools. We open, for everything that we open, we get a new set of tools. So we're going to go to our Smart Art tools, and we're going to look at the design. And so once we're clicked on one of the text boxes, we're going to click on test because we're going to move that to the last one. It allows us to move them up or down. So we're going to move this down. And now it says next Thursday test. So you can kind of see how that lets you rotate that. We can change the colors of this. We can make it colorful so each one is a different color. We can do accents. They'll tell you which accent one. They might tell you if they want it lighter, accent 2, accent 3. So I'm going to pick I personally like this colorful range. You can pick whatever color you like. You're not going to require to do the one that I picked. So that gives you an idea with Smart Art. So you see Smart Art, you get the Smart Art tools, text box, you get the drawing tools, picture, you get the picture tools. And I'm going to have you scroll back up one more time to our table that we put. We put that 3x3 table in here. And if you click on the little plus to the left of it, it will select the entire table. And you'll see when we have the table selected, now we have table tools across the top. So you can look at the design and the layout. The other thing I want to show you is when you right click on that table, if we come to table properties, we can affect the row, the columns, the cell. We also have this alternate text. You may see this again. So tables will have the alternate text. Remember I told you when you're on a picture, if you right click and you look at format picture, that little plus part, layout and properties, will give you the alternate text. I'm not sure if it's on a Smart Art. Let's go check real quick. So come down to our Smart Art, click on our Smart Art. Let's right click on the Smart Art, format object. We come here to the plus sign. Yes, you can get an alternate text on Smart Art too. So you may see that again. I think that is it for what we have. I did take the test yesterday, so I have some other tips I'm going to give you. But I think we're all set. Have a great day.